Yeah, okay. It should be $800 in a year.
Sweetheart, you don't stand out in the street.
200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. All right, so that's my rent for this month, August. Yeah, I tried doing the Zelle over the past 2 days, and I tried.
Changing bank accounts.
Yeah. So it's going to be a deposit, but my direct deposit will be deposited into my bank. So I don't have to go all the way down to what do you call it? West Point. All right, I'll speak to you later. You have a nice one, and thank you. And we appreciate the post. We really do. Thank you. You have a nice one. Hello guys, it's August. Hold on. Yeah, it's August the 6th, 2024. Once again, it's August the 6th, 2024, Tuesday, and yeah. So my legal article, Americana: The New Societies, Concepts and Political Apperceptions of an Eastern Caribbean Model of Commonality. Likely it's going to be globally distributed. You're going to find it in Google Books, Amazon.com, and Barnes & Nobles, and a lot of other online retailers, popular and less popular. But and also, I guess within a month and a half or so, you're going to see a second book published with Lulu.com. Lulu Publishing will be globally distributed via the same means by by Lulu, and this particular book is only going to be about 100 pages. The legal article is going to be about almost 1,000 pages in ebook form. The second book being published with Lulu, as with the first, meaning the legal article, will meaning as with the first and being published with Lulu.com or Lulu Publishing, will be about 100 pages in ebook form, and this particular book is going to be on analysis and legal perspective on the Constitution of the United States, and also on the issue of the rights of womanism, on the issue of the rights of minority, and on the issue of the rights of minority in their progress in the United States and outwardly, and it also has to do with the comprehensive abolition of gangster hip hop in the United States of America and elsewhere. Essentially, that has to do with gangsterism in the black community. It has to do with criminal negligence in the federal government, parts of the federal government, and it has to do with deprivation, disenfranchisement with respect to minority communities, especially African American community, meaning the black community here in the United States, and yeah. And minority also includes immigrants, naturally. And some may argue whether or not, women are part of a minority. They're not technically a minority, naturally. The female gender is not a minority in this country or damn near any other country, but they serve as protocol minorities when it comes to certain statutes and public benefits and so forth. But yeah. So when I speak of minorities, primarily I'm speaking of, numeric, minorities, numeric minority populations, but also when necessary that will address issues having to do with women and girls, the female gender. But anyway, so I published these two books at Lulu.com, at Lulu Bookstore. You can find it online at the Lulu Bookstore right now, and it's going to be all over the internet very soon. Both are going to be all over the internet very soon, and yeah. So So yeah, the book sketch that I published in 2012, the New Societies, Concepts and Perceptions of an Eastern Caribbean Model of Commonality, is still online for the most part. You know, here and there, but you can see it online. As soon as you look up my name, you search my name, you'll be able to see it right there. It's just a book sketch. It was not completed. It was not edited. It created an opportunity to see what I was working on, but it also allowed me to be free enough to do so with certain factions with the national security not, chasing me around trying to follow my research and rescue operations having to do with the Central Intelligence Agency and INTERPOL. But yeah, so it was confusing. I'm pretty sure it confused a lot of folks. It is 760 pages. It was just a book sketch published with iUniverse in 2012, revised in 2013. But yeah, it was just some sort of I intended it as some sort of foundation, so that my managers back then, when I was a younger person, toward becoming the nominal and chief manager of the United States government and its partnerships, including the CIA and Interpol, it was for my managers to see that I was in the right path and that I was completely humble before receiving my contracts and so forth. But anyway, eventually that book sketch is going to be taken off online when the time is right, relatively soon, within a few months, a couple of months or so, 2 or 3 months, or it might even take a bit longer, but that's okay. All right, eventually it's going to be taken off the internet, but my legal article is not going to be taken off the internet for a while, and when it's taken off, I'm going to officially be known as Khaled Sundiata Hassan as my primary identity, and my secondary alias will be my original identity, Shawn Dexter John. So we have ways to go, the Central Intelligence Agency and Interpol, but we are looking good right now. So things are going to work out perfectly. Perfect enough. Okay, guys. So as you can see, it's August 2024. The Olympics are almost over with. Gabby Thomas just won the 200 meters finals, the gold medal in the 200 meters at the Paris Olympics in 2024. And yeah, she was not born with the last name Thomas. But yeah, I did a lot of work at St. Thomas University in Miami Gardens, the School of Law. Not just the University of Miami. Actually, I did more work at St. Thomas University School of Law, now the College of Law, a bit more officially than what I did at the University of Miami, Coral Gables School of Law, under discreet cover. But anyway, that was covered up with the Gabby Thomas training program, and I do know her. I don't know her better than I know anyone else, but I do know her well enough, and we do have an offspring. I'm not going to lie about that, but that's the reality. All right, guys.
Looks like she's going to do an interesting mount here. Forward position interestingly, and she's facing interestingly. They need to take out a wild with you. Blue Wilderness, so stay wild.
Yeah, when I talked to her, she said it really helps her. And she has other things to focus on. It helps her not to put so much pressure on herself to be great on the track.
Who's Gabby Thomas running against? How about Team Great Britain's Tina Asher-Smith?
She's trying to get back to that 2019 form. That was the year that she went to the World Championships and won the 200, and then got silver in the 100 and in the relay. She's a training partner of the 100-meter Olympic champion Julia Alford of St. Lucia.
Second.
Top two is a last target to the final on Tuesday.
Asher-Smith is a phenomenal track runner. She's already gone past Gabby Thomas, but you know Gabby Thomas is going to have a response for her in the straightaway.
This is where Gabby Thomas is at her best. Down the home stretch, and she has easily cleared Asher-Smith. Gabby Thomas, top qualifier from
Okay, guys. So this is what I want you guys to also understand. Pamela Bowers, or Pamela Bauer, and the woman that I guess that's her alias. And that's the woman that I do pay the rent to for the totality of the house. I usually pay $800, and it's part of a management program, so I can document. And there will be a household, not a household, or joint. Well, not even that. I'm not even going to say joint households. I'm certainly not in a situation of a joint household or joint household. But this is what I'm going to articulate. In every neighborhood, within our integrationist program, our integrationist program outside of political integration, continental integration, and so forth. Our integrationist program when it comes to race and ethnicity and multinationalism and so forth, meaning neighborhoods and communities and so forth. It all allowed for at least one house to pay the totality of rent in live cash and per se, or live the transfer of nominal money on a monthly basis, outside of subsidization, outside of traditional subsidization that most Americans have the privilege of enjoying. For the most part, a lot of Americans, for the most part, they pay damn near little to no rent at all, including those in the middle class, due to public welfare, social services, public services, and special subsidization or subsidies, provided by special programs and so forth. All right, and I'm not speaking about just minorities and people of disabilities or people of senior age or people of peculiar household types, or people or immigrants, or any particularity. I'm speaking of in general, the spectrum of special programs providing subsidies. But anyway, this ought to be understood. She got to the point of saying that she was certain that LeBron James or his twin brother or decoy actually broke and entered into this house or a similar house in New York State, and that I have no right toward entering this particular house into the cooperative that the Central Intelligence Agency and INTERPOL have created. The cooperatives, the Central Intelligence Agency and INTERPOL as a partnership, both have created together, once again as a partnership, all across the state of Florida as a special project. LeBron James does not have the right to say that immigrants are not supposed to be able to live near American women, especially, or American men. In speaking of immigrant women, meaning in speaking of immigrant men and immigrant women, respectively, he does not have the right to say that within any sort of official government initiative. He should not, show up and say, all of a sudden I'm some sort of consultant because everyone demanded me. He does not have the right to be part of any government process having to do with any articulation of public policy or anything like that. He's out of his mind. And she should know that there's no worth in popularity or fame. There's worth in being good. There's worth in being considerate. There's worth that comes with being a good person to everyone, to the best of your abilities, and to not have to denigrate or belittle anyone else or any other community just to feel better about yourself. That's a learning lesson. Okay? That's a learning lesson. And everyone is stressed out. Stop saying that he's stressed out and this and this and that. Everyone is stressed out. That's the test of life, how good you can be while being stressed out. That's how you get out of your stress. The easy way out, being wicked to others, it never lasts. It's short-winded, and it leads to more pain. All right? And that's a rule. It's a rule of nature, I promise you.
And again, the double back front somersault. Slight hop, adjustment on landing.
Okay, guys, so what I explained is honestly true. Okay, it's factual.